Hello everyone, I see that everyone's putting the little chitty chat on here. Hello, yes, we're doing fine. How are you all doing? I'm doing fine. We're gonna start Roomba in a moment. As you can see, everyone's here. I forgot to put the game on. Don't worry, I have an idea. When in doubt, mechanic simulator, tank mechanic simulator. But yeah, hello everyone. How are you all doing? I'm doing fine. I hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna, undeafen and I'm gonna chit chat with the others. Hello.
Hello.
So how are you all doing today? On this very good Sunday.
I'll let you know as soon as the day starts.
It's a good day.
Huh? Well,
It's 9 a.m., Jimmy. It's not daytime yet. I haven't done shit. I woke up and I came here.
oh. I forget that I accidentally wake both of you up. Well,
Oopsie.
Anyway, how was your week, guys? I hope you all had a good week.
I'll go
Friday-
last.
On Friday, they gave me 27 students to work with.
Oof.
My limit is supposed to be 20.
Did you tell them?
I did. And I pushed 7 kids out. They could come for the next rotation. So Fridays, they have us do rotations, which is pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I have to cut my already short lessons
Yeah,
even
sure.
shorter. So I don't get to explain anything to the kiddos, and we just do things.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
As for me, just doing things the usual way, just working on the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And of course, this weekend visited family, did some baking together, that kind of stuff. Just keeping it easy.
Fair enough.
I did some baking with the kiddos. We set self on fire.
Huh? Arson, my favorite.
Yeah, so I took a kid's cake out of the little toaster oven that they gave us,
Yes.
and I took the oven, I took it out, and we have parchment paper, which is the paper you put in the pan, so that the cake doesn't stick to the dishes.
Yes.
That caught on fire as soon as I took it out.
Oh. Well, that's a little problem.
So the 5 girls are screaming because their cake is burning. My supervisor's looking at me like, "Oh no, what do we do?" And I'm just blowing the shit out.
Just I don't know why I can picture it. I can just picture you.
It took me 2 blows, but I did put it out.
Hey,
And I'm like,
look
"I'm
at
not
her.
quite- I'm toaster oven."
Super Mina.
No, I wouldn't say super. But we did that, and we turned the cake into cake pops afterwards, because it's a little bit too burnt, and you can't really tell if it's covered in icing.
Fair enough. Brilliant idea.
Oh, fucking genius, dude.
Big brain, Mina.
Gigantic.
They did really enjoy the Rice Krispies lessons, though, because we changed them to different colors.
Oh. Rice Krispies. Why does that sound familiar?
It's marshmallow melted to stick rice cereal together.
Oh. That's definitely an interesting combination.
You've never had it?
I've barely eaten marshmallows. Just like plain marshmallows.
It's not like pure marshmallow. It's literally melted down, so you can't see the marshmallow. Here,
Like-
I put a picture.
Okay, let me check. Let me see.
That's not... Hold on. Is it not gonna copy the image? There we go. What the fuck? I can see the image and then I don't see the image.
Hello there.
There we go.
Hi there. Oh no, I can't see it.
Yeah, no, hold on.
No, I don't think I've eaten Rice Krispies before.
You should try them. They're very good.
Who said hello? Oh, Paul
I mean-
said.
It was me.
Okay, I gotta ask.
The Rice Krispies are basically just like some, I assume, rice-based thing that's just got a bunch of
Rice-based
sugar on it.
cereal. It's like the way I show my kids, right? Is you take a tablespoon of butter, melt that shit down, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio on marshmallows and cereal. So we put the cup of marshmallows in, and once it starts melting down, becoming liquid or goo, We put in whatever color we want because they like to make it with colors. And then once thoroughly mixed in, and before it starts to burn, you put in the cup of cereal. Mix that, put that on a pan, wait for it to cool down, and once it's cooled down, you can just start chewing it. It's very simple.
Huh?
As you can tell, there's a lot of sugar in it. It's a very
Yeah.
American treat.
And it's very good. I go for some now, as a matter of fact.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
It is always easier to make it with mini marshmallows, though. My supervisor apparently has never made it before, because she got me the full-size marshmallows. And that was a disaster, because you have to
Full
break
size
them
or the
first.
jumbos?
The full size.
Okay.
But it's still too
Jumbos have
big
been a
to
true
melt them down
disaster.
adequately. They're still too big, because to wait for an entire marshmallow, the regular size marshmallows to melt down, would burn faster than they melt. So we have
Yeah,
to cut them up with the kids, and it's very sticky.
Kind of suboptimal, yeah.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Yeah, they're like 90% sugar.
I don't give a shit, dude. Let me
Yeah, I
have
was
it.
about to say, I don't think she gives a fuck.
Who cares if it's full of sugar? It's good.
True. The Americans don't tend to care about things like health.
Health? What's
Listen,
that?
the sugar is treating my mental health, dude. Don't take this away from me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Moving. So,
Moving on.
Meep, how was your week?
My week was my week was good, I guess. Mostly it was more the same. I've been doing a bit of work because continuing applying for jobs and also getting some stuff ready around the house and stuff. I won't be on next week because we got an event next week at the house. So, sorry lads, I won't be here.
That's strange. A Roomba thought without Meep. It's like the founding fathers of the Roomba thought were Meep and I.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a joke though, Bold. It's like we were the
We've
two
done one
first
without
ones.
Jimmy.
Wait, what? We've
We
done
did
one.
one without you because you weren't feeling well, so you put it on and then just went to bed. And we pinged you when you were done so you could turn it off.
I didn't know that. I forgot
You don't
about
remember that?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it.
Yeah, that was the thing we did one time.
When was
What
that?
wasn't it? It was just you and me.
A while back.
Yeah, I think it was
Oh,
like.
before I was there even, I would say then.
I believe we started Roomba just because we would talk a bunch of shit in
Yeah, I
politics
think-
while we were playing a mystery dungeon. So it was the three of us. I
Yeah,
think.
like we
We
talked
did it
about
for
shit,
fun.
and then I think Octo or someone else told me like you should do a podcast, and then I told Meep, and he's like, great idea, and welcome to the Roomba Pod, ladies and gentlemen, and then Mira surely joined shortly after,
Yes.
And then I did after a
and
while.
then you joined after a while, yeah.
Friday, I didn't have a great Friday. I had to drive an hour each direction to go do a fucking in-person proctored test for one of the jobs I'm applying to for the
Bruh.
government. Fucking over an hour of driving each direction. Which, for America, isn't terrible, but... Still.
Still annoying.
Yeah, especially as I would
Agreed.
drive. Also, the thing is, when I drive, I need to wear my glasses, and I usually don't. So by the end of it, my brain's like, no, Angie, because obviously that my glasses aren't a very high prescription, but so changes it, which stretched my eyes and stuff, and it gave me a migraine. It was awful.
No, that's.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yesterday though was good. We'll I think we'll just do it right away. I'll cross it off the idea box. I went to see Big Train.
Big train.
Yes.
Big train.
I've shared in Mina's server. I crudely just cropped out the picture of me from when Mina and I met up when I was turning from uni and cropped it over my face. I'll put it in images. I went see Big Train.
Big train.
Certified Big Train moment. The biggest train, in fact, the biggest you ever will see.
That is a big train indeed.
Yes,
Bing.
le big boy. The big train.
And
The big train to end all big trains.
the Mama Jamo trains.
Yes.
How about you, Bolt? How was your week?
Uh,
Oh,
the
sorry, I thought you
the
finished.
I'd pause because I was double checking a stat. Yeah, the 1.1 million pound train.
That is pretty big, yeah.
Measuring
That's
nearly
pretty
half
heavy.
a football field in length.
I am. You Americans and having big sized things. Isn't there like the biggest cow statue in the world in America?
Probably. Yeah, here we go. Length. Of just the locomotive part, not counting the tender, is 25.99 meters.
Jeez.
Including the tender that's required for it, is an overall length of 40.47 meters.
40.5 meters? Jeez. That's quite the distance.
Bit much.
The locomotive itself weighs 76,000 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
with an additional 420,000 pounds for the tender, for a total weight of over 1 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a horsepower rating, which doesn't actually matter for trains too much, but a horsepower rating of over 6,000.
Lot of power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was designed to single-handedly haul mile-long trains through the mountain. American trains were just built different.
They're built
By different,
big.
I mean bigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
bigger. It's almost like the United States is really big.
Understatement, I think.
It's the same reason some of the largest European trains were Russian. Because, spoiler alert, Russia is also really fucking big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other reason American trains are able to be built that fucking big is American rail gauge was designed to withstand things that weigh that fucking much. If this train went on tour in Europe, it would crush any bridge it tried to cross.
Yikes.
Fucking ginormous. It just goes around showing itself off because Lamau. Big train.
Big train.
That's really all I can say about it. It is Big Train. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Went up to Sacramento to see it with mom. We went and saw Big Train.
Carby would be jealous.
Yes.
I'm sure they would be.
jealous. Hold on, I'm gonna ping Carby.
Bruh.
Oh no.
Bruh, that's mean.
That's just me. That's just no. Don't do it to
I'm
them.
gonna ping
Don't do it.
Carby.
Lamau.
We talking about Big Train. And how are you, Bolt? If you don't have anything else to say, I'm sorry, it's just...
I believe I already told you how my
good.
week has been. But I'll just do a recap again. Nothing much really happened. Wednesday I decided to watch the match between Netherlands England with the EUFA.
Oh yeah, you
That
guys are
was
out of
just-
it!
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, with the people that I was watching with, because I was watching with a group of people, Basically, everyone just said, "Fuck that penalty. That should not have counted it."
I think that's every sports fan ever.
Yep.
Yeah. But the thing is, with that one, the ball was kicked already. So, if anything, someone like the one who kicked the ball bumped into one of the players from the Netherlands. So, I'm not that much acquainted with football because I don't really care too much about it. But I think it shouldn't have counted. And then another time, someone off the Netherlands team was kicked over. They rolled, and as they were rolling, they kicked someone. And guess what? The Netherlands one got a yellow card, which was stupid. Oh well, at the very least now everything is just gonna get gone again, which is also fine. Most of
Yeah.
the streets just have an explosion of orange during this time, so that's over as well.
You know what's gonna happen? England's gonna lose. That's what's gonna happen. Kick W. Like, I know you people aren't like,
Let's
you know.
be real. Everyone's hoping for England to lose, including Scotland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Like, all of Europe wants England to lose,
it's also like
including the other parts of the country England is in.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like, specifically in this case, it's like Spain has gone through such a tear, especially for like the the group phase. They didn't lose a single match, which is, you know, pretty
Kick
good.
there until it is done.
And then we nearly won. We nearly lost against Germany, but we won, freaking a curse that the Spanish had of not winning against the, how do you call it? The person that is in charge of holding the event, or like withholding the place that the event would take it. Yeah, the host. We've never been the hosts in any football tournament, so this was the first time. And of course, Spain-France happened. We absolutely smashed them. Like, they scored early, and then in the span of 4 minutes, we went from 0-1 to 2-1.
Yeah.
And we won that
The
shit.
same was true with.
I'm sorry,
that was
composers, but
tricky.
the game's rigged. The game was rigged.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
bang.
Yeah. Anyway, ignoring that, the weekend was also just mostly calm, as I mentioned earlier as well. Today and yesterday was with the family. Today that's big something with the family as well. So
Are you still doing
I'm
that,
gonna
or-
have some
or-
time enjoying eating that. So that's gonna be great. And that's basically it.
Alright, well, I guess it's my time to say how my week went.
Yeah.
It went as per usual. Just on the grind. The Twitch grind. It's funny because I think I was talking with Demo and Nocta yesterday, and they're like, dude, you're playing too much Valorant. You have to stop for your own well-being. I'm like, why should I stop doing something that is getting me followers, that is getting me Twitch subs, and that I am genuinely enjoying most of the time? Why should I stop trying to get better at a game that I play with other people that are better than me, and so I don't feel like an absolute worthless piece of junk? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got that.
What about you, Meep? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. You're-
I
you're
did put in images
getting
of what we
those
baked.
Twitch subs. We've got 8 viewers right now, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Roomba. Roomba is always, like, unironically, Roomba is always, like, really good. Podcasts are fun.
Oh, we forgot to put a chat. I'm English, I can hear you when we're talking about all the soccer going on over there in the
love
Europe.
football. I love
It's
football
football.
in the land of the EU.
The
Because
land
it's
of
a game with a ball and you kick it with your feet more often than not. So that's why it's football.
I will never
Yeah.
understand. I will never understand why Americans call their sport football when most of the time you guys are having it with a hand.
Because it is an evolutionary descendant of the same football that the Europeans play. The game evolved in different, like how rugby is also an offshoot of football, the European football.
Honestly, it should just be called American rugby. Because it's just
Called
rugby, but
American
with
football,
armor.
technically.
Yeah, it's American football.
It's just rugby but with armor.
Yeah, it's rugby
Don't
with armor.
He's not wrong, though.
don't let the Aussies and the Kiwis hear that. They really like rugby, and they will not be happy about that.
Yeah,
And then
well,
Australia also has its own like derivative of football that's really weird, because it's also got the oblong ball, but you have to like dribble it like a basketball.
huh?
So in English, apparently the reason it's called soccer is because originally it was known as association football. Newspapers seeking a shorter phrase began to refer to it as a sock, and soon that was shortened to sock, and then it just grew back a bit to soccer.
Lamau.
Grow a sock.
So it was just a newspaper thing. It was a marketing thing.
It's like the same reason the American English doesn't have the U in color, because the newspapers.
And no, it's to get rid of you.
Yeah, to get rid of you. To save printing costs. Anyway, we're avoiding the two common topics for a while. The death of Richard Simmons.
Who's that?
Yeah. Richard
I don't know who that
Simmons-
is either.
Oh, hold on, I'm getting there. Richard Simmons was famous around the world for his extremely positive personality, being very flamboyant and gay. He was known in the 70s as being that one workout guy who pushed you to your fucking limit.
That's a funny way to describe someone.
He really was just known for his exercise routines. He ran programs, he ran VHS, he ran classes, and the entire time he was just... There was a lot of people who made him the butt of jokes because he was so flamboyant. He was pretty important to the gay community. You know?
No, well, now you got me curious. Was he gay though?
Let me see.
We're checking the sources.
Yeah, we're checking.
The source says that I made it the fuck up. I will forever find that funny. What's your source? The source says I made it the fuck up.
My source is Dave. What's Dave's source? Dave made it the fuck up. My source is dude, trust me.
Yeah, dude, trust me.
Well, while Mina's doing that, I've got a follow-up from someone we covered last week. Last week, we covered that one of Iran's modern frigates just randomly rolled over at its moorings.
It
was
just
apparently
perished?
Yeah. So apparently this is something that class has had a problem with, because they can't fucking build boats apparently in Iran, or do the math to make sure they're not too top-heavy.
Hi, Andy. Welcome back.
Because it's not like it was like storming, so it just rolled over randomly in the middle of the line. But so Iran, they raised it, they turned it upright, and they were towing it to a different part of the port to do something with. And then the lines broke, and it rolled over and sank again.
Oof.
Except this time, because it was in deeper water, it completely went underwater.
Ah, well then. So that boat's fucking gone.
Well, they can pick it up again, but still.
I don't think it's gonna be of much use anyway.
Oh, the thing is, Jimmy, this is a boat from 2018. It's like brand new.
That's funnier.
Okay, so I looked it up. Richard Simmons has never outwardly confirmed his his sexuality. However, he was always known in the 70s as being extremely flamboyant and breaking down barriers of what men should be. And as a result, in media, he was treated as the butt of a joke and, every homosexual stereotype you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
However, he has passed away at the age of 76 after giving up most of his life to exercise and keeping people in shape, while also giving out a positive outlook on life. Some people describe his act as being court jester type physical fitness.
Did good work.
He did. It looks like he had a skin issue, but they do not confirm what it was, because after years and years and years of doing his shtick online, he retreated to his house back in the early 2010s and just kind of cut contact with everybody and chose to live a life of solitude after everything.
I mean, I don't blame the guy.
Mm-hmm.
After being, all this extra, that being butt of jokes, it's gonna get eventually, tiring. You just want to live alone and chill.
He wanted to avoid the internet. Understandable.
However, despite being known for his exercise and physical fitness for everybody to lose weight, Richard Simmons was never one to push fad diets. He was always one to just say, your diet should be common sense. Eat well and move.
Yeah, like with the turtle school ways. It's eat well, work well, rest well. That is the way of the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not...
I could be wrong. It's been a while since I watched Dragon Ball.
I have to watch normal Dragon Ball.
I've watched it in middle school.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I would have also probably watched regular OG Dragon Ball, but it's been so long I've forgotten.
Yeah.
We could do
But
a
yeah,
watch
Richard's
party in Spanish or in English.
True. So yeah, he was always a force of good in the world, despite what people said of him, despite what people thought of him.
That's always tragic when good people go.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of good people going, not Donald Trump! I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Power World.
Wait, Power World?
We're gonna skip it because that one is gonna take a long time for us to discuss, and we're just gonna...
Yeah, we'll get to that section at the end. First things first, there's the Power World plushes.
Oh, yes, there's gonna be Power World merch! There's already plushes on the way! Pretty sure, hold on, I need to confirm, not confirm this, but I need to recheck this. Yes, there's gonna be a Chillet plushie!
Of course, Chillet's the first one. Long noodle boy.
Chillet, Cativa, and Depresso does not surprise. You know what surprises me? That there's no Lambo plushie.
Yo, true though.
Pocket pair. How? So I'm gonna check. I went into the website that they send you to Aniplex. So I'm gonna check. They are $27 each. And I don't understand
money
why
well spent,
they.
I guess.
And I don't understand why they made Chilla horny.
What?
What?
Look at Chilla and tell me he doesn't look horny.
Chill it?
Chilla,
Image?
yes. Look at the
It does kind of look horny.
the link, the Twitter link that I sent. Both look at Chilla, which is the one on the right.
Hold on, where?
Hold on.
The idea box itself, I would
Yeah,
presume.
idea box. Just like it's just like a little up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I know that's the expression Chilla puts when you're like rubbing his belly, which is just happiness, but it looks so wrong in a plushie.
Yeah.
Also, I love how the Depresso just has a pickaxe.
It's just because he knows that he's going to be put to work again.
He's just So, that's the package. I'm surprised they don't tell you the actual dimensions of the plushie. They don't look that big. They look, like, decently small. They do give you the measurements of the package, which is 30 centimeters tall, 22 wide, and 26 deep. Also, its recommendation 15 up. Sadly, I can't get it. Available for the following territories: US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. Why can't
The
nice
Kiwis
things...
have access, but not the Europeans.
Well, Ireland has access to it.
Oh, true. Ireland is in the EU still.
Yes.
And that's causing problems.
Yes. Because of
With
Northern
Brexit.
Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the Chile furry plush size? Yeah, they're plushies. Yes. It's like 30 centimeters tall.
I don't think it's the life-size ferret plush size.
No, I don't think it's life size, because I'm pretty sure if it were life size, it would be like double the size of a ferret. Or like what people say ferret is, which is 1.8 meters instead of long, just tall, just tall, like 1.8 meters of longness.
Long noodle.
Speaking of ferret and Chile together, someone made a video of them just doing the walk meme.
Yeah, the ferret walk together. Yeah, I
There.
sent you that.
Yes, I know, and I just wanted to say it's adorable.
Yeah. On
I must see.
that didn't Jimmy's server.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is in my server. On either memes or
media
meme
share?
sharing.
I shall see.
Yeah, it's in memes. It's a little bit up. The video titled "They Walk."
They walk?
They walk now.
They walk now!
They walk.
They do
And
not
I,
walk.
I just captioned it "They friends,"
They friends.
and then immediately under that is the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 5 graphics side by side.
Yeah, which is just
The
a
fucking
Toyota.
BMC and the fucking Wank Panzer, also
Uh,
known as the Cybertruck.
they friend. Yeah, they are friend. Chile is so friend shaped.
Yes.
He is
Feel is
built
more
to be a
friend-shaped.
friend. What?
Sphere is more friend shaped.
Yeah, but it still doesn't deter from the fact that Chile is friend shaped.
True. True. Anyway, moving on from happy that we have the big F in the chat of Grand Tour officially breaks up.
Yeah, I have to look it up again, but I'm pretty sure I heard. Look, hold on, let me look it up again. Grand Tour. Grand Tour. Grand Tour. Jeremy Clarkson draws the news of this Grand Tour exit. So they are exiting. No more Grand Tour after next year.
Oh my god! You're not frightened of me.
So, seems like they are going to... The two have just returned from filming in Zimbabwe. Wait. Oh yeah, okay, so they're breaking up, and the last special they're gonna do is in Zimbabwe. Which is kind of a shame because these three together were like an amazing trio of characters.
Yeah, but they're also like what, 70?
Gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure Jeremy is. Jeremy Clarkson. I'm gonna look for all of them. Jeremy Clarkson is 64. James is 61. I'm pretty sure Richard's in his 50s. And Richard's 54. So yeah, they are getting old, but they're still like, it's not like, oh, they're gonna stop doing it. It's more so like the fact that, oh, they are, just ending the Grand Tour and doing other things. because Jeremy has a farm. He's doing a series out of it. This is not a joke, by the way.
Yeah, his farming show.
Yep. That he's gonna continue that. It's just like, you know, they're just breaking the Grand Tour up. And I'm pretty sure they're unlike Top Gear, I don't think they're going to, you know, plop 3 random people in, because the Grand Tour was made because it's the 3 of them together, you know? Just getting to fucking whatever. Which is again a shame. I genuinely have watched a lot of Top Gear when I was a kid, and it is a great show. Have you guys watched Top Gear before?
Yep.
Only small snippets, I think.
Alright, that's it. I'm putting both through the Vietnam special.
No.
Trust me, it's very funny. Especially considering it's a car show, and they go to a place where the cars were
The best
hella
bit that I remember-
expensive.
The best bit Jimmy that I remember from that one, because I have seen some of it, was one where they went to someone who was sleeping, and then they just let the horn ring all of a sudden.
They also did, if I recall, they also hung James on one of the tracks. It's just like he wakes up, it's like you can hear him scream, "Clarkson!" Like the banter the 3 of them had was really funny.
Yeah.
They're probably one of the reasons why I like cars so much. I'm so sweaty. But yeah, the Grand Tour is soon gonna be no more, which is big sad. But well, all things have to end at some point, I guess.
Alright.
What's next? Meep?
Then we have the new Deer anime, aka Shina no Noko
Okay,
Noko Koshinkan,
let's
or
do-
whatever the fuck you want to pronounce it. Fuck
Okay.
that.
Is there anything else?
No, because there's the Orange Man. Belarus announces its troops will withdraw from the border. There's that. And then of course a lot of things with meat. So
Well, okay, well then. So, yesterday, well, actually not yesterday, a while ago, I heard of this show, called Shinako no Koishitantan, which is, an anime that was going to be airing about a girl, in high school, meaning a funny, comedic, you know, dear girl and their antics. Yesterday, we started watching it, and it was incredibly stupid. And I mean this in the best way possible. And like, it is comedically stupid, but it's also funny as hell.
basically so dumb it's good.
Yes, it is. It is most definitely comedic slop. Just for the fact of comedic slop, and it's very funny. So I just want to kind of mention it and talk about it a little bit, because I don't know if you guys watch any anime. Well,
Nope.
have watched any anime lately, but if you guys want to watch like any stupid, like a comedy, funny anime, that is a good one. It's a very funny one that I would definitely recommend it. Would I have a lot of the idea? Sorry, Mina, what is it?
Sorry. I'm also very excited to get the update of Ranma 1/2. They're rebooting it, and it's my favorite, and I want to watch it again.
I
Nice.
think I've heard about that show. Is that the show where a guy gets turned into a girl splashed with cold water?
Yes, if he turns into a girl, it's because he's been splashed with cold water. If he turns back into a guy, it's because he has hot water. Because he fell into some cursed Chinese springs because his dad took him to China to train, and his dad doesn't speak a word of fucking Chinese.
Brilliant.
Genma is kind of an asshole, as you learn within the first episode.
Well, I think that's everything that's not related to.
To either the Russia segment or the U.S. politics segment.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So which should we do first?
Uh,
I would almost argue to do the thing with the US stuff first, considering the most recent event was a shot attempt.
All right. So with that in mind, we'll start with Russia.
hold on. Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Alright.
if so, I will need a second because I have to set up the image that Mia
Yes.
sent to me.
Yes.
Send
You set that up
Are
to
you
be
sure
ready.
you want to do that?
Well, no. It's not a picture of the actual event. It's a different thing.
Hold
While
on, I'm
Jimmy
gonna-
gets that ready, we'll do Russia. So the continuing saga of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So notable events from the last week include Poland and Ukraine signed a security agreement, which notably included a provision permitting Poland to fire its own air defenses on any Russian missile or drone in Ukrainian airspace that are traveling in Poland's direction. Because Poland is understandably not wanting a repeat of last year when a Ukrainian air defense missile ended up falling into Poland and unfortunately killing a Polish farmer because it was firing on something so close to the Polish border. That and Russia hasn't been super careful on not getting very uncomfortably close to some of Ukraine's neighbors with its strikes. Poland is also reportedly in talks to give Ukraine some more Soviet vintage aircraft, specifically 14 MiG-29s, if Poland gives some of the nice new NATO aircraft to Poland, like F-16s and stuff.
Mhm.
Which is, very useful because those are planes that Ukrainian pilots are, familiar with, and they're in need of those. Because they need numbers. They have the numbers problem. Another notable occurrence is there are reports coming out of Ukraine that the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is not being properly maintained.
Uh,
Reminder, this is the nuclear power plant Russia is using as a military storehouse.
Concern?
Now, to be fair, it's not active. It's been shut down for over a year on minimum stuff just to run the cooling loops for the cooling ponds and whatever. But still, come on, guys.
you can do a little better than this.
Ukraine's already been stuck with one nuclear power plant issue because of you assholes.
They don't need
You might have
another.
heard of it. It's called Chernobyl. In other news, Russia cruise missile struck a children's hospital.
What?
No, yeah. They hit a children's hospital with a cruise missile.
What?
How low can you go wasn't a fucking challenge, Russia.
This isn't fucking limbo.
Yeah, this isn't fucking limbo. The goal is not to go as low as humanly possible. Yes, obviously there were casualties, including children, from them, hitting a children's hospital with a missile.
Just no.
God damn it!
Yeah.
And Russia tried to like go on like the disinformation and say, "Oh no, it wasn't us. It was the Ukrainian air defense." And it's like, first of all, we found what's left of the missile. Second of all, it got caught on security footage, and we're able to clearly identify what kind of missile it was. It's one of yours. Like, oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
This feels like a bad dream.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually something we missed that's not the two recurring sections, so we'll come back to that. In other news, that's actually some good news, though. Reportedly, F-16s are actually finally getting delivered to Ukraine proper. The training of the Ukrainian pilots on them is close enough to done that they're shipping the actual aircraft to Ukraine.
Yo,
Good.
let's fucking go. Honestly, it took them
Which-
fucking long enough.
Well, they had to train all the pilots on it, which takes a
Yeah.
while.
But, you know, they could have started that earlier.
Well, no, they started it very early on. It just takes a while.
Oh, okay, my bad
It's
then.
not like driving a car, Jimmy.
It's not like driving a car, especially since, reminder, all the stuff in there isn't written in Ukrainian. Hell, it's not even written in Cyrillic. It's in a different... Imagine, Jimmy, you're trying to operate a vehicle, a very complicated vehicle, and all the labels not only aren't written in your language, it's not written in your alphabet.
Okay. Understand. Okay, fair enough.
They apparently did a lot of work as well to, like, translate a lot of it and get a lot of the labels changed, but also that... And it's not just that training the pilots, they also have to train all the ground crews stuff, and
There's a lot
It's not
that goes
just
into
like-
flying a plane. It's not like you can just drop a plane and people instinctively know what to do. There's
Yeah.
a lot of upkeep that needs to go with it.
And it's not just that it's a new plane. It's a new plane from a completely different design lineage. Okay? It's like there's like stories of like pilots who've been like put into planes they're not super familiar with. There's a German pilot in World War II who took an Italian plane for spending. And this is like a high-level German ace borrows an Italian's ace plane just to fly it for like a bit to have some fun, and crashes it because the throttle's the other way around. And he goes to instinctively open the throttle, and he turns it off, and turns the engine off by accident. It's stuff like that. It's completely different. But, so the F-16s are showing up. Ukraine... We've known that they're very close for a while, because Ukraine's absolutely been annihilating Russian air defense installations for the last month in the background. Now, the Ukrainians, from my understanding, are cautiously optimistic about their deployment, because they're like, on the one hand, these are going to be brilliant, it's going to be great. On the other hand, you're giving us like 30. We really need more. They liken it to when they got a delivery of Abrams last year. It was like, yeah, they're brilliant, we love them, but you gave us like 12.
Maybe give
We-
us a
we
little
had-
more.
Yeah,
Please.
they're
send me
wonderful,
help.
we love them, but we don't have enough to really do anything with them. That's the problem. It's like, yeah, you've given us a tank that's brilliant, it's better than the tanks we have, but we also don't have enough of these new things to like do it. It's basically like the whole, like Mr. Tank Mechanic Simulator in the background there. It's like the Tiger. It's like, yeah, it's brilliant and all, but there's like 2. There's like 2 in all of Western Europe. They're not gonna do very much. Anyway, moving on to something that's funny. There's a clip I put in the idea box, and it's a Russian drone was a little Russian quadcopter was like following around some Ukrainian fishermen in their boat, and one of them just fucking yeets a fish and hits the drone and nearly knocks it out of the air.
That's kind of funny.
As
And
they
the
should.
quadcopter decides it's a good time to fuck off. Just fucking anti-aircraft fish.
The AAF.
Yeah.
Just fucking yeet the fish. Direct hit with the fish.
Fish.
Get fished.
Fish.
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 Don't mind me. I am just a fish.
Yep. And the last thing of note from this last week that I have seen, other than the standard Ukraine's continue to blow up oil facilities in Russia, logistics facilities in Russia, is actually something from Belarus. Belarus announced it will be de-escalating tensions with Ukraine by withdrawing its forces from being directly on the border to their standard peacetime positions a bit into the country. Which basically means they're basically telling Russia, "Fuck off! We're not joining you in this."
We may have
Which means Ukraine doesn't have to worry about Belarus joining them in this.
For now, anyway.
Yeah. So that's the good news. So Ukraine can relax a little bit on that. They don't need to worry quite so much about getting the northern border involved too, which would not be good, obviously. But yeah, that is the Russia-Ukraine news from the past week that I thought was of the stuff I saw that I thought was noteworthy to talk about. Before we get to U.S. politics, I realized we missed something, which is something I wanted to talk about, which is I watched a video about something cool and I wanted to talk about it, which is the most powerful rocket engine ever tested when measuring for specifically the measure of specific impulse, which is a measurement in rocket science. This is a rocket that is simply known as the Rocketdyne Tripropellant rocket, which was, as you guys say, 3-part propellant prototype rocket that was very much a proof of concept test. It was not launched, it was a bench test. And it is comically dangerous as well, because of course it is. Because that's half the fun.
Yep.
So this is going to require a bit of basic chemistry knowledge to understand the stuff going on with this. But for starters, this was in the 60s, and you could tell it was the 60s when one of the safest compounds involved in the construction of this thing was asbestos.
Isn't that shit like toxic? Like how
Yes.
toxic?
That's the point, Jimmy.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So this is very much just a prototype proof of concept bench test. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 3 actual propellants, the safest was liquid hydrogen. Alright?
Oddly specific.
Yeah, that is the safest of the 3 parts of the propellant for this engine. Which the video was talking about. Of the paper, like half of the paper was referring to just one of the 3 propellants. That is not even the most dangerous one. So
Yikes.
the actual like primary fuel, because hydrogen was a bonus that was done as a initializing the engine and to reduce the mass of the exhaust, which increases the exhaust velocity, which improves rockets. It makes rockets go better. The primary fuel was an element in the same family as hydrogen that wants to give away its electron very violently. It's not the one that does it the most violently, but is the one that has the most violent give away my electron while being as light as possible. Which, if you know your periodic table, means lithium. They were using lithium as the fuel, which means, of course, they need to get it into the engine, which means they were using molten lithium. Alright?
I don't like where this is going.
Molten lithium was involved in this engine. Half the paper was referring to the handling of the molten lithium. And is not even the most dangerous of the 3 fuels. Reminder, lithium reacts explosively with water.
What?
Ah.
Yeah, lithium reacts explosively with water, and it is not the most dangerous compound involved. Again, this is molten lithium, which is even more reactive than like solid lithium metal. Alright? Now, the thing is, we've got the hydrogen, we've got the lithium, but what we need to go with is an oxidizer. An element that really, really, really wants to steal an electron. Alright? Now, if everyone will open up an image of a periodic table.
Okay, hold on.
Now, lithium and hydrogen are both all the way on the top left. Now, the thing is, with
What number is lithium again?
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's immediately under hydrogen.
Okay, yeah.
So, hydrogen kind of works where it can both accept and give away electrons because it's so tiny. And that's how that first shell works. Lithium really wants to give away its electron. It's not the best at doing that. The ones further down want to do it even more. But lithium is much more mass efficient, which remember, we're doing rocket engine shit, so that's pretty important. Now, it wants to give it away more when you go further down because its weaker hold on those outermost electrons, the bigger the atom gets.
Okay.
Now, on the other end of the periodic table, it works the other way around, where the smaller the element is, the more it wants to steal electrons. Which brings us to the oxidizer that takes those electrons away from lithium.
Is
They
it
were
helium?
using... No, because helium is a noble gas. It doesn't want to react with anything.
Okay.
I don't think helium forms compounds with literally
Helium
anything.
has 2 protons. No, not protons. Electrons. 2 electrons.
Well, it
in
also has
its
2
outer shell.
protons.
Well, yeah, but that's not the important part here. The important part is that it has 2 electrons, so it's pretty evenly.
Its outermost
it's
shell
pretty
is
even.
fully filled, which means it's very stable. That's the defining trait of the noble gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a
Noble gases
reminder,
don't form compounds with anything.
as a reminder
Except for the oxidizer that was used in this rocket, which is fluorine.
Number 9, right?
Uh,
Right next to oxygen.
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
fluorine. Which reacts so violently, it will steal electrons from oxygen. It will steal electrons from noble gases. I'm pretty sure it's the only element we've managed to actually bind with any noble gases. Alright? Fluorine, you can find videos of it online, of it reacting, like combusting, alright? Combustion reaction of it with a brick.
Setting the brick aflame?
Setting a brick on fire, because that's how violently it's stealing electrons off it and reacting with it.
God damn.
'Cause remember, like normal fire, right, is an oxidation reaction involving oxygen taking electrons from whatever's being burnt. Fluorine steals electrons from the oxygen. It will take electrons from anything. Like, I think about the only thing it won't react with is helium. Because helium is just that stable.
As a reminder for those who do not know, electrons you need to have a set amount of electrons within a shell of an atom. And since helium was very weak, it's very small, it's on second on our periodic table, it only needs 2 on that innermost shell. But usually what you'll do for the shell order is that there'll be 2 on the inside, and then I believe from then on it's 8 electrons in each going shell.
More or less. It gets weird when you get the big block of metals in the middle, but for the most
Yeah.
part, yes. The outermost shell,
The outermost shell is trying to constantly get to 8 electrons.
yes,
Noble gases
trying to get-
already have 8 electrons there.
yes. Which means they don't want to react, because the reason chemical reactions happen is either they give away or take or share electrons to get to that nice even 8, which is most stable. the reason helium doesn't react isn't just that it's already filled, like the other noble gases, which don't want to react because they're filled. Also, because it's specifically that smallest shell, it holds onto those very, very tightly, meaning even fluorine can't rip away those electrons.
Because it's the closest to the nucleus as well.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
You two are
But that
so
also
smart.
means because fluorine's group really wants to steal that electron, but again, for the same reason helium's not reactive, fluorine being the smallest, that innermost shell is able to grab the hardest. Like, fluorine, I'm pretty sure, is like the most reactive element on the periodic table. It is insanely reactive.
It's the Kirby of elements.
Yeah. Yeah, as opposed to lithium and lithium's group, which is I want to get rid of this electron so fucking bad.
It's the Tyler 1 meme versus Kirby. Get this shit off me!
Yeah. So they're in this rocket engine. They are reacting lithium with fluorine. All right, which
is a
also,
recipe for
yeah.
disaster.
Also, as a thing of note, the fluorine itself is also a problem because pure fluorine will happily eat through steel
Uh-huh.
like it's nothing. Like, fluorine will naturally eat through untreated steel like it's water eating through a pipe made of paper. Okay? So they had to, like, specially treat this steel to basically create a layer on the inside of it that was, like, made of, like, a fluorine-based compound, so that the pure fluorine going through it wouldn't just eat through the pipe. And between all the tests, literally everything through the whole system had to be purged with helium. Which, they also had to purge the rocket engine with helium before they fired it, because, reminder, fluorine and lithium both react spontaneously with the atmosphere.
Good heavens.
Right? So, they've got this rocket, and they do the test firings of it, which, this is also where it gets even more comically dangerous. Because it's obviously a chemical reaction. And there's hydrogen and fluorine involved, which means it creates, as one of the exhaust gases, hydrogen fluoride, which, once it's exhausted, reacts with water in the air to create hydrofluoric acid. Now, hydrofluoric acid isn't actually that strong an acid, but
I don't like that you said that you included a but there.
yeah, but it makes up for the fact it's not super potent by the fact it will dissolve basically anything. Notably, it will dissolve silica. Meaning, it will dissolve concrete,
Ah,
and sand, and glass. Also, hydrofluoric acid has this fun bonus of, if you get it on your skin,
You die.
it initially doesn't induce a pain response.
until it's too late.
Which means it's entirely impossible, and this has happened to people, where they won't notice it for a couple hours. Alright? Which means you get a really, really bad acid burn from it. Also, it will leach through the skin, at which point, it will then, the fluorine will separate, and start attacking the calcium in your body. Now, does anyone remember where there's a lot of calcium in the human body?
The bones.
Yeah,
Get mushified, idiot.
yeah. It is certified a big oh no energy. So, yeah. They test fired this rocket a few times. They did some work with it. Oh, also of note, as they had 15 tanks of fluorine that they were using to fuel this thing. Alright?
That's a lot of them.
That's a lot of fluorine. Especially since most chemists have never, ever worked with any fluorine.
At this point, I would
For
assume.
good reason.
Yeah. Well, even in the modern day, they just don't work with fluorine. Like, also, it's the thing that makes this even funnier though is fluorine reacts that violently because it wants to get in the compound. Well, then once it's in a compound, it's actually kind of chill. For example, fluoride, which is in your toothpaste.
True.
Yeah. The difference between fluoride and pure fluorine is very significant.
Once it's in that compound, the two atoms share their electrons, which means
And
they're both-
fluorine's
both
not
supposed
giving
to-
it up. It's not leaving.
it's not leaving. It's like that toxic X. That baby shark you.
Right, fluorine's like one of the few things that reacts with noble gases. All right, noble gases don't. Those things look really real because how that ends up working is the noble gas ends up with a 9-electron outer shell, which isn't how it works. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, that's the most powerful in terms of specific impulse rocket engine ever tested. Now, this was never actually used, obviously, because amongst other things, if it was used for, imagine using this as a first stage booster. Okay, it would melt the launch pad, concrete, and the exhaust gases. Obviously, they use a bunch of water to cool it down. Two of the elements in the exhaust react explosively with water. Okay? Just oh no.
A big Odo energy.
Big oh
That said,
no.
if it was used actually like in vacuum in space, it would actually probably be pretty good. Just ignore the fact that you'd have to use molten lithium.
Honestly, it'd probably be a really good jet propulsion once you're already in space, as opposed to getting up there in the first place.
It would, except they did the math, and the extra weight required to handle the molten lithium, let alone the other stuff, would just not be worthwhile. It would basically get rid of any benefits it would have. Also, this was very much a proof of concept, which means they didn't bother figuring things out, such as how the fuck would you design a turbo pump to pump molten lithium? They just didn't bother with that. That's a later issue. Also of note, the way the lithium was injected, it was basically injected into the engine, basically on an atom-by-atom basis, which is, you know, even more fucking reactive. So, fun. So yeah, lots of fun with that. But, the other half of this, thing in the idea box is the source on this that the video was mentioned it was the rocket scientist who mentioned that they got dangerously close to what very well may be the single most dangerous rocket design ever conceived. This wasn't built, thank God, but this is something someone actually got so far as trying to order the components to build. Alright? Which they were going to try and use as a fuel for this fucking rocket. The most dangerous rocket ever conceived. Dimethyl mercury. Based on the lack of reactions from anyone in here, none of you know what dimethyl mercury is.
I just know what mercury is, but I've not heard of this specific compound
Yeah.
in
So
recent memory.
here.
dimethyl mercury is one of the most toxic compounds known to man.
Ah!
So,
So
one of
what
the
you're
things it's
saying is
most
that
famous for is there was a scientist working with it who got killed by it. Not because they ingested it. Not because they got some on their skin. Because they got some on the latex glove they were wearing. Like a few drops on their latex glove would seep through their latex glove, through their skin, into their body, and killed them. Through their personal protective equipment.
So what you're saying is the scientists here that work with this fucking compound, Jurassic Park did.
Yeah. Yeah, Wikipedia. Dimethylmercury is an extremely toxic. That's the first. That's how the Wikipedia page starts. Is extremely toxic. Yeah, it's a volatile, flammable, dense, and colorless liquid.
Oh, so
It's
it's
one
like
of the
gamers.
strongest. Yeah, one of the strongest known neurotoxins. Less than 0.1 milliliters is capable of inducing severe mercury poisoning, resulting in death.
How the fuck do you get something like that? Like, how do you?
A Wikipedia page used. Dimethylmercury has few applications because of the risks involved.
I mean, God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I was just mostly
so,
confused because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what mercury is, but the fuck?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Oh.
How do you know about all these things?
I did well in chemistry.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't do well in chemistry just because I love the experimenting part. I just hated the journaling part. Chemistry's fun.
Yeah.
Damn, all we did in chemistry was just read from book.
Oh!
No.
Also, it gets better. I'm looking on the Wikipedia page on this. Also the, flashpoint, which is where, the lowest temperature on which you could possibly, give off vapor
Mm-hmm.
and evaporate into the air where you can inhale it is 5 degrees Celsius.
Well then.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a very low vapor pressure, meaning it evaporates very easily. Yeah. Yeah. And someone tried to use this as a fucking rocket propellant. So apparently, in the book it referenced, they went as far as trying to order it, to which the person on the other end of the phone at the chemical company released a, I think the quote was, hold on, where, I think I really quote down, where is it? Did I write it down? No, I didn't write it down. Oh, wait, yes I did. It's in, I was looking in the wrong spot. Here it is, quote, horrified gasp! And the chemical company flatly refused to give him the amount he wanted. The reason he was trying to do it is someone told him it wasn't actually that toxic, which obviously, no, it obviously fucking is. Moving on. Moving on from this fun diversion talking about rocket science to the United States of America, where we will get to Mango Man and several shenanigans involving him, but first, the Supreme Court.
Again?
Yes. This isn't anything they've done, though. This is, some other things. Notably, two of the members of the two Supreme Court justices have had articles of impeachment filed against them for abuse of office and, improper behavior, including failure to recuse themselves, ethics violations, improper reporting of stuff. And one of them, there was a request to the Department of Justice to appoint a special counsel and initiate a criminal investigation into one of them.
Oh, wow.
Specifically for violations of tax stuff and not declaring properly on his taxes. A lot of the gifts he's been given over the years that are definitely not bribery, guys.
Definitely.
It's not even lobbying, but it's definitely not bribery. Just ignore that he's refused to recuse himself from any of the cases before the court involving the person who's giving him all these gifts. But yeah, that's been going on. That's not gonna go anywhere, obviously, because, you know, it's the fucking U.S. Congress is involved. But, yeah. But hopefully, if nothing else, this will lead to some investigations. And well, the GOP has investigated Biden for like a year and found literally fucking nothing. But you know what? Hopefully, since there's actually probably some wrongdoing going on here, they'll actually find something and do something about it. Anyway, moving on from that to Mango Man, where we have some weird shenaniganry before we get to the big event. So one of the things is a very strange fundraiser he's ended up doing, or his campaigns, or someone's doing, involving him, where it's a bunch of $2 bills that have had his mugshot printed on them. No, I'm serious. They're printing. They've taken U.S. $2 bills like from the Department of Treasury that have just been printed, and they're going and reprinting over them Donald Trump's mugshot, and they're selling them as a fundraiser.
Bruh.
Let me guess, for more than $2.
Yes, obviously.
Bruh.
This was advertised on an infomercial on Fox News, apparently.
Bruh.
The fucking grift, my guy. Like,
You're gonna have some balls to do that, though. Holy
yeah, it's the never surrender mugshot $2 bill. Like, the fuck is this? The fuck is this?
At least if you're gonna sell it for $2, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, why? Why?
If you need to make a profit, make it 3.
It's a fucking cult, I tell you. Anyway, in other news,
Yeah?
in other news, speaking of his mugshot, but not really, we go to the wonderful land of New Jersey.
What
The
happened?
wonderful land of
Where
New
only
Jersey.
the stablest of people reside.
Yes. So, New Jersey, has a law in the books, like many places do, that if you are convicted of certain kinds of crimes, you're not allowed to have a license to sell alcohol. Now, Trump owns several golf courses in New Jersey. Now,
All with the license.
yeah. Now he's technically not the one who's the license in the name of, but he is the primary beneficiary of it. So the Attorney General decided it counts. So he's elected to not allow the liquor license for these golf courses to be renewed. Though a temporary permit has been issued because the New York case, basically until the actual sentencing is done with the New York case. Even though he's been convicted, he hasn't been sentenced yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the
Yeah.
Supreme Court's thrown shenanigans at it. So, you know what? But we'll get to that. But let's go New Jersey. Lamau, Flabby Felon L. Which is, highly amusing. And the thing is, he owns a lot of golf courses. Apparently, he spends a lot of time in residence at one of these New Jersey ones, which means he won't be able to get booze at it. Lamau! He'll have to go buy from someone else. Or
Yeah.
send one of his servants to go do it for him.
Doesn't he know?
Yeah, servant. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Yes. Which brings us to the main event. Jimmy, can you put that image I sent on the stream
Yep,
now?
give me 1 second. I
This
have it
is-
downloaded, but I have to put it up.
So, this is the image I'm having put up is the Breaking News Consumer Handbook, by onthemedia.org. For keeping in mind about this, because someone shot at Donald Trump.
Yeah. And it wasn't the CIA because it wasn't very accurate.
Probably.
Probably.
Well, most likely. Oh my god. I just got a notification from one of the Discords and it's someone posting on the news a fucking Sonic carrier with the sniper's gun from TF2 saying shit. Anyway, the point is, Donald Trump at one of his campaign rallies got shot at by an individual who is yet to be officially identified.
It appears they did not have ID on them as well.
The
Which is not gonna stop it.
Donald Trump is fine. For better or for worse, he is fine. The understanding is that either photos show he did get a minor injury to his ear, though it's unclear whether it's like one of the shots grazed him or it like shattered some glass in front of him, which sent glass fragments, which then cut him up. Apparently, someone who was behind him did get hit and died, but he himself he got rushed off stage by the Secret Service, and the person who shot him was presumably swiftly unalived by the Secret Service, by the U.S. Secret Service bodyguards and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that has been like the big news story as this has occurred. There's been a lot of speculation and information being thrown around, and of course memes. As always, there have been memes.
You guys, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
He lived, so it's fine to me, you know?
Yeah. The among the discussions that have been going on in some of the discords include the where it is. Where is it? Here it is. On the one hand, I don't condone assassinating politicians. On the other hand, his lawyers did argue in court that he should be allowed to do it. Because that is a thing his lawyers actually argued before the Supreme Court, that the president should have immunity even if he orders the assassination of a political opponent. So...
Which is not great.
Yeah.
But you reap what you sow, you know?
Yeah.
However.
But the point is, he got shot at, but he's lived.
I believe this is the second assassination attempt he's lived through.
There was another one?
I believe so. I saw an article about one in 2020.
No. I don't remember that.
Let me look it up. Continue.
But yeah, there have been obviously many memes ranging the political spectrum, and then obviously the Twitter shenaniganry of Apollo and the Gift of Prophecy, the Tumblr meme of the big PVC kickball where it's Apollo eating it and it's the Gift of Prophecy. There was apparently a lot of people. One of the memes is apparently a lot of people learned about this because some VTuber like put it up on their stream. So there's a meme of, I never thought I'd live in a world where I'd catch breaking news of a presidential assassination through a VTuber channel.
I mean, close enough from our part.
Yeah. There's fucking like people's posts who have aged well or have not aged well.
Oh, so there were
There's
actually 3 injuries as a result of this, apart from Trump himself. 3 adult males were hit. One of them, 50-year-old Corey Comparator, was killed, and the other 2 are critically injured as a result.
The one thing I have seen identified is that, assuming that the injury Trump took to his ear was from one of the shots directly, that definitely rules out it being any form of like false flag to try and make himself look big and tough, because that is much too close for anyone to be willing to risk. Because reminder, that's like millimeters away from braining him. Alright? It was, if it was one of the bullets that clipped his ear, that was insanely close. Because obviously everyone knows how close their ear is to like the inside of their skull.
Yeah.
If not, go put your finger next to it and figure out how close that is.
Hey, so the Wikipedia says that the dude has been identified. I don't know if we want to go over that.
Until I see an official report from a government agency in charge of investigating it, I would not trust it. So I have seen quote-unquote official identifications ranging the whole gamut from like communists to anarchists to CIA to people further right than Trump who thinks he's not far enough right. Like the whole gamut, basically. Because it's just... it's mass speculation and fake news and everyone trying to get their post trending and everyone just seeing anything and reposting it and getting it around Twitter. It's just... basically, until there's an official report announced, believe basically nothing. Like, not even the photos. There will be, like, faux photoshops, whatever.
Yeah.
So, the picture of bleeding Trump with his fist in the air has been doing the
It's
rounds.
been confirmed by the FBI.
Oh, they have identified him, okay. There's a lot of Fallout memes going around. A lot of Fallout New Vegas memes going around for some reason. I think that's because there's an option in that game to assassinate the president of the NCR or something, but...
Yep.
yeah, so there is actually an official report out on it? Alright, let's...
Yes. FBI.gov. FBI statement on the incident in Butler, Pennsylvania. The FBI has identified Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20, of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, as a subject involved in the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is an update as of today. So...
Wait, 20?
He was 20 years old, yes. So this was updated today, and it's only 10:30 in the morning. This was updated... yeah, they identified it 3 hours ago.
That bitch was younger than me. What the hell?
So according to the Wikipedia article, on July 14th, the Federal Bureau of Investigation identified the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour's drive from the rally venue where the shooting took place. The rifle used by Crooks in the crime had been legally purchased by his father, according to the law enforcement sources. Crooks had attended Bethel Park High School and graduated in 2022. He had no known criminal record, and the Pentagon found that he had no history of military service. He had worked in the kitchen of a nearby nursing home. Some people who knew him characterized him as quiet, and a former classmate claimed he had often been bullied. Crooks was a registered Republican. His voter registration had been active since September 2021, the month he turned 18. Federal campaign finance records show that earlier that year, on January 20th, 2021, when he was 17, he had donated $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project, a voter turnout group, through Act Blue, the Democratic Party donation platform. Photos of Crooks's body showed him wearing a t-shirt that appeared to be merchandise from Demolition Ranch, a YouTube channel popularizing firearms.
So, all over the gamut.
His mother was a Democrat and his father was Libertarian. The politician described the family as a large spattering of different backgrounds and ideals. Crooks was a registered Republican. A former classmate of Crooks described him as slightly right-leaning. His donation was made the same day Joe Biden was sworn into office and would have been an illegal contribution as Crooks was under 18. During the Progressive Turnout Project, he made the donation in response to an email about tuning into the inauguration and was unsubscribed to the group's mailing list in 2022. Let's see. Bomb-making materials were found inside of his vehicle and at his home. During the assassination attempt, Crooks shot 3 adult male rally-goers, leaving one person identified as 50-year-old Corey Comparatore C. dead and 2 critically injured. He had a rarely used account on Discord, a social media platform.
Well, ain't that a curious thing?
He was killed by a Secret Service counter-assault team sniper immediately after the shooting. I don't know if this is who we want. This is what we want, but here is a picture of Thomas.
Man. But, yeah.
That is most definitely a man, yeah.
Yeah, so this is certainly an incident.
The incident of all time.
Uh,
This guy was a year younger than my brother. That's the wildest part.
Man's younger than me, and and I would not expect that. You know, I wouldn't think about that. And when you said 20, I couldn't believe it.
So now we get to talk about the ramifications of this thing, right? Because some people said that he was left-leaning. He has donated to blue parties. However, he is registered Republican, which is an interesting
thing
turn of events.
yeah, he registered, donated something blue, but wasn't that like a voter registration thing to help more people get the ability to vote?
I
Signed up
believe
to
so.
vote?
So maybe it's just a clash of ideals with that libertarian part of his dad, you know? Like it's fucking genetics.
Or you know, it's someone who's like on the right but still thinks, you know, people should actually be allowed to vote.
Which is fair. But he was unsubscribed from it soon after. Or 2 years ago. So, ramifications of this. I still think it's a psyop.
Like, from them?
I just think... See, because, like, initially the joke is you can't blame the leftists on this because we all don't touch guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, it's a bit different, you know? But you also wonder what this will do to the pro-gun crew, right? The gun guzzlers, as I call them.
I think something that will happen is that they're going to start victimizing Trump.
Oh yeah.
They've been doing
Well,
that.
well, he's been doing that for a while now, but you know he's gonna use this as a springboard to try and get more campaign stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Probably try and paint this as something. If nothing else, probably the right wants to paint as something the left did to Trump support to show just how much the evil globalist libtards are trying to
Yeah,
kill their
it's
god king because he's trying to save America or whatever.
With all of the harm that Donald Trump has done, trying to assassinate him only creates even more harm because now he's a... I don't think pariah is the word I'm going to use, but it's something similar to that.
No, pariah is the wrong word.
Yeah.
It's
It makes it... Is it martyr? Is martyr the word I'm thinking
no
of?
martyr requires you to die.
Yeah, so had he died, he would have been a martyr.
Yeah, he would have been martyred. Yeah, though he would have been martyred. Though then there's the question of who would fill his spot as the head, basically, because he's very much a figurehead.
He's very much a figurehead who doesn't trust anyone else. So
No.
it's like his voter base would also distrust everyone else. But they would
Yeah.
definitely try to say, oh, I was as close as confident when he was alive. Vote for me.
Yeah. Especially since he hasn't picked a VP yet, has he?
He has not, because he's got rid of Mike Pence.
Yeah, because Mike Pence refused to bend the knee and not certify Joe Biden's election, and he's now gone around and called him crazy. But yeah.
Another thing is that now the people on the opposite side of the aisle, I'm now believing that this is okay from people, making memes about it. Thinking, oh, if you can do this to our candidate, we can absolutely do this to yours. And with all due respect, they are much more unhinged, I think.
Yeah.
In that belief. So now, it's open season on all politicians. More so than it was before. And it's a scary time.
Yeah. And the other part of it is that as mentioned, the liking guns is very much kind of, it's very stereotypically American, but to a sizable extent it's kind of morphed to be a very partisan issue nowadays, which I think is stupid.
Yeah. Guns are
I'm
cool.
I'm very much like left on most things. However, generally I think the left's gun control shit is shit. don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
But
Guns are cool, alright? I can't legally own one, but guns are cool. But now I wonder how they're going to get through the loophole of his father had legally purchased a gun, but the son came in and took it and used it for illegal purposes.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Especially when there was no
then
one.
also runs into the common problem that a lot of the things have, where a lot of the big gun crimes, like, oh, strong tobacco. No, the people had no criminal record, clean record, and then they still chose to do this. So all the checks in the world wouldn't have stopped guys.
It's not
That's
like
how
you
that
can
tends to
ban
work.
the bullied from owning a gun, right?
That's the problem with it, and it's also the fact it was by someone else that he got access to, which has come up in some cases.
And it wasn't like
previously.
the father had purchased this gun for him either, like it was in that one murder trial.
It's one way or another, it's gonna be a huge mess. But ultimately, I feel like the only one who's gonna benefit from this is Trump.
Most definitely, yeah.
So yeah. On that point, do we have anything else we wish to talk about?
There was another celebrity who died this week. What was her? She was the actress in The Shining. Shelley Duvall. She has passed away at the age of 75 about 3 days ago.
I saw San Francisco's apparently just entered into service the first fully hydrogen-powered ferry.
Sick.
Ooh. Honestly, at this point, like, the more I think about it, it's like America's fucking scary.
Yeah?
Sort of.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so big that it's such a large country that it's diluted, and you don't feel that grip of panic when something happens in
No.
your capital, because it's not like you can get there anyway in a day.
And that's the other thing to keep in mind is, it's you hear all these awful stories of stuff going on in the U.S. You have to remember that, like, yeah, it's aggregated over a country of like hundreds of millions of people, covering the width of a continent.
Yeah.
We just don't feel that fear gripped as one would in Spain or Denmark or the Netherlands.
It's just like, for me, a lot of the time when I'm hearing all of this, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but at the same time, because the country is so large, you just don't feel it. It doesn't affect your day to day.
Yeah, I guess.
You're just like, oh no. Anyways,
Last week. I guess, yeah. It's just like, I say it's fucking scary because, I have you two there and I have more people living in America. And it's like, I don't want my friends to be in danger.
hold on. Meep and I are in California.
No, but regardless of wherever you are, I just like, I hear a lot of scary shit in America. Not just as a generalization.
Yeah, I just want to know the distance between the two states.
Probably a lot.
Driving distance from Pennsylvania to California. For a non-stop drive, that is 201 miles or 323 kilometers apart. Which is about 3 hour driving time, 3 hours 38 minutes.
It's not right.
That is not correct.
No, that number's way off. Like, it's 2 hours for me to get from where I am to Sacramento, which is the capital of
Yeah, it
California.
says driving non-stop.
And that's
from
like
California
not
to
even a
Pennsylvania.
third of the state.
California to Pennsylvania road trip. It's 6 days of driving. That sounds more correct.
Good heavens.
Yeah, it's so far.
You'll stay safe, okay?
Oh, it's you in California, Maryland.
There's a California, huh?
Yeah, states are named or used as cities names as all the time.
There's Paris, Texas.
Yeah, but Paris is a city. There's also like 20 Valencias in South America, but that's still a city.
There's Intercourse in Hell, Michigan.
Hell, Michigan's funny.
Bitter End, Tennessee.
Are we going to just talk about now
Texas.
funny
We could. There's Ding Dong,
city.
Texas. There's Monkey's Elbow, Kentucky.
There's Algiers, Louisiana. Algiers, Indiana.
Accident, Maryland.
Angola, Indiana, and Angola, New York.
Aladdin, Wyoming. Bacon Level, Alabama.
I'm sorry, what?
Bacon Level, Alabama.
That's funny. That's very. I'm not.
Bat Cave, North Carolina. Bigfoot, Texas.
Uh-huh.
Bitter End, Tennessee. Booger Hole, West Virginia.
I'm sorry, Booker Hole.
Booger Hole. Boring, Oregon.
Yeah, her Oregon's pretty boring.
Breeding, Kentucky.
Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, Breeding, Kentucky.
Well, I guess we now know where the chickens from Kentucky Fried Chicken are from.
There's Bolivia, North Carolina. Brazil, Indiana.
Carefree, Arizona. Center of the World, Ohio.
Brett.
Chicken, Alaska.
Chicken Alaska.
Coke County, Texas.
There's China, New York.
Cookie Town, Oklahoma.
Well, now we know
Correct.
where the cookies from Cookie Click, not Cookie Clicker, Cookie Kingdom, I think it is.
Cuba, Missouri.
Correct, Indiana.
And its neighboring town, incorrect, Indiana.
Cut and Shoot,
Obviously.
Texas. There's Ding Dong, Texas again. Dish, Texas.
Ah, yes. Dish.
Finland, Minnesota.
Early, Iowa. Earth, Texas. 56, Arkansas.
Feels like so many of these names, they're just like, I've
There's
got an
9
idea.
different Parises in the United States. There's Paris, Arkansas, Paris, Idaho, Paris, Illinois, Paris, Kentucky, Paris, Maine, Paris, Missouri, Paris, New York, Paris, Tennessee, and Paris, Texas. Presumably all with their own miniature Eiffel Towers.
Frankenstein, Missouri. Funk, Nebraska. Good Grief, Idaho. Pinky Corner, Arkansas. Half Hell, North Carolina. Hell, Michigan. Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
Oh, here's
Hygiene,
one.
Colorado.
There's Berlin, Connecticut, Berlin, Georgia, Berlin, New Hampshire, Berlin, New York, Berlin, Pennsylvania, Berlin, Wisconsin, Berlin, Vermont, East Berlin, Pennsylvania, New Berlin, Pennsylvania, and New
what about-
Berlin, Wisconsin.
Intercourse is in Pennsylvania. Ketchup
I like how
Town,
Pennsylvania has
South
both
Carolina.
East Berlin and New Berlin.
Knock'em Stiff, Ohio. Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky. Neutral, Kansas. No Name, Colorado. Normal, Illinois. Nothing, Arizona. Peculiar, Missouri. PP, Ohio.
Oh my god! What? You just
Of
some of
course.
those just sound like you're giving adjectives to the fucking.
What the fuck?
Pfafftown, North Carolina. I'm putting these pictures so that you fucking believe me.
I believe you trust me.
Colorado, Poverty, Kentucky, Random Lake, Wisconsin,
Poverty,
Romance.
Kentucky. That's just all of Kentucky.
Random lane?
Random Lake, Wisconsin just kills me. Random Lake. Romance, Arkansas.
I need
Rough
to
and
know,
Ready-
is there a lake there though?
It looks like it.
Okay, if there
It
was,
would be
then I
even
was
funny if there
very...
was no lake. Random lake. Where's the lake?
Santa Claus, Indiana. Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts.
Lebanon, Tennessee. Lebanon, Missouri. Lebanon, Connecticut. Lebanon, Indiana. Lebanon, Maine. Lebanon, Ohio, and Lebanon, Oregon.
What did I come
Slaughterville,
back to?
Oklahoma.
We're reading off. Mina's reading off funny named U.S. cities, and I'm reading off cities in the U.S. that are named after countries.
Scratch
Alright.
Ankle, Alabama.
Luxembourg, Wisconsin.
Success, Missouri.
Malta, Montana.
Tombstone, Arizona.
Tombstone, Arizona is a famous one, actually.
Yeah.
Bunch
Oh,
of
yeah?
movies from there. Yeah, there's a bunch of movies set there.
Because of how old westy it is.
Well, also because there's a major Old West real story that happened there.
True. Famous gunfight at the OK Corral.
Yes.
It is most famously in the 1957 Kirk Douglas film Gunfight at the OK Corral and the 1993 film Tombstone starring Kurt Russell.
There's Mexico, Maine, and Mexico, Missouri.
Top of the world, Arizona.
You know what would be very funny if Mexico was in New Mexico?
Morocco, Indiana.
Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Two Egg, Florida. Wealthy, Texas. Why, Arizona?
South Holland, Illinois.
Why not
Well-
Carolina?
Welcome back, Bolt, by the way.
Yum Yum, Tennessee.
Norway, Maine, and Norway, Illinois.
Zigzag, Oregon.
Zigzagoon?
And Zizix, California.
Palestine, Ohio, and East Palestine, Ohio.
Here's some of the ones in Spain that are pretty funny.
Okay, I'm
East
listening.
Palestine, Ohio, most famous for getting annihilated by Norfolk Southern.
Huh. Spanish villages with unusual names and their meaning in English. Guasa,
Panama City, Florida.
Okay, Guasa's a good one.
Calamocos, humid snot.
Peru, Nebraska. Peru, Illinois. Peru, New York. Peru, Indiana. Peru, Kansas. Peru, Pennsylvania. Peru, Vermont. Peru, Maine. Peru, Iowa, and Peru, West Virginia.
Okay.
Los infiernos.
The hells. Yeah, the hells. It's not the hell, no.
vayas.
Sorry, what?
No vayas. Don't go.
Don't go. Please don't
And then
go.
Zaragoza. Quinto Pino.
The fifth pine. So, okay.
But it
That
also
is...
says, it's far away.
Yes. But it's funnier if you do the literal translation in English, which is fifth pine.
There are several places named Poland in the United States, but only one named after the country. The rest are named after people. And Poland, Ohio is named after a person, and Poland, Maine is named after a song. There's also a county in New York, apparently.
Do you want to hear this town in Spain?
Yes.
Villapene.
Penisville.
Penisville. Guaroman. Dirty Man.
Guarroman, sí.
Kremlin, Oklahoma.
Mal cocinado. Comida.
Mecca, California.
Nuez, Castilla y León.
Damn. Damn.
Wait, hold on, repeat that?
Mecca,
US.
California.
Oh, Mecca, California.
That goes
sounds
kind of
Yeah.
hard. That goes raw, dude.
What? Mecca, California?
Yeah.
No, Mecca as in the holy city of Islam.
Oh.
Mecca.
I kind of wish we had a mech, though.
I kind of wish it was Mecca. Mecha.
I wonder if anyone accidentally takes a pilgrimage to the one in California instead of the one in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, it is called Mega.
Here we go. Spain. Are there any good ones for Spain?
Pooh, Asturias.
There's 2 named after the Alhambra. One in California, one in Illinois.
Sorry, Mina, could you repeat that again?
Pooh, Asturias. P-O-O, Pooh.
Yeah, got.
There's Iberia, Missouri.
Más palomas y las Canarias.
More, yes, as if we need more of
More
those,
pigeons.
more pigeons.
Madrid.
Any Valencias or Cordobas?
There's Valencia, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Valencia West, Arizona, and Valencia, California.
Valencia, California is actually where they have CalArts University, where most of the people who work at Disney go to study.
Where was the other one, Jimmy?
Cordoba. I think Cordoba is like one that is.
There's Cordoba, Andalusia. Where there's Cordova, Nebraska.
Uh-huh.
I like how there's one that's just named for Iberia, the entirety of it. It's under the Spain section, not the Portugal section, Jimmy. You're welcome.
I mean, technically, yeah, it is also Portugal.
It's also Portugal's there too, but Wikipedia has it under Spain.
I mean, it's also Spain, so potato.
There's Sweden, Maine.
Okay.
There's Geneva, Idaho, Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and there's Geneva Lake and Lake Geneva, both in Wisconsin. Now, I'm sure all those places have very large convention centers.
Very funny, mister.
Yeah, where else are the furries supposed to have their meetups? Oh, now I've reached the part where it's England. And you can tell the England section's subdivided. Well, the UK section's subdivided.
17 Dutch towns. Stinkhoek? I don't know how to pronounce these. I'm just gonna read their English translations.
Sorry?
Dutch towns.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in so that you can read it for me, Bolt.
Yes.
Only 4 Londons.
The first one is called the Stink Corner, so you know. It's off to a great start.
Right. Yep, alright.
Hit him.
Okay, so there's of course Rectum, of course, is that one, because that's it.
Are we starting at the beginning?
That's where it is. Which...
Wales, Utah. Wales, Utah.
Wales.
We can use whales, guys. Whales.
Wales.
Women's grief.
Okay.
Which one?
Oh, that's the end of the
It's
list.
the link I sent you, guy. It's in the chat.
This was a fun diversion.
I'm starting at the very top.
PP Creek.
At number 3?
Why?
I'm on number. Ooh.
Ah, yeah. Right. So, the first one, right? Yeah, okay. Stinkhoek.
Pink Wolf. Okay, number 2 is women's grief. How do you pronounce that?
Vrouwenverdriet. This is stupid.
Weird.
Raar.
You guys have a place just called RAR?
We just have a place that's called Weird. Where are you coming from?
Hellmouth.
Oh, I'm coming from Weird.
Hellmouth.
This one's more normal. Helmond.
Suffering.
Leiden.
Raiden? Metal Gear?
No.
Number
No.
That one doesn't have a
Leiden. With an
That doesn't
L.
mean anything.
Ah.
Number 6, because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Bold.
Oh,
Dit is
What?
hoofddorp.
Hof-
Hoofddorp.
America Limburg.
Because of the two D's, you have to pause between the two D's. That's annoying.
Hof-
Anyway. Yeah, the 7th one you can read just fine.
America in Limburg, just like we have in Holland and Michigan.
Yep.
Dead quiet.
Doodstil.
Doodstil. Still. Dirt pan.
What I find funny is also, like, with the image, it says it's the prettiest place from the Netherlands. Sure, it's the most beautiful
That's
name.
Aaron's on the
Sure.
Dang.
Velpan is number 9.
Mudhole.
Velpan. Mudhole is I paused it for a moment because there was a motorcycle driving by, which would make a lot of noise, so I waited.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
So, Mudhole. Muggen Bay. Is
Mosquito bite.
mosquito bite.
Mosquito bite.
Loser.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the same either way.
Yeah, it's literally losser.
Trousers in Waterland.
Waterland.
The Hulk.
The Hulk. Just
Sex, beer, rum.
Yeah, seksbierum. Also known as Seidsbierum.
wait, it has an like the town itself has another name.
It has two pronunciations.
Yeah, it has two one.
Sexbierum and Seisbierum.
That's kind of funny.
And then there's rectum.
Yep.
Number 1.
Nummer 1.
And I believe that's the last one.
I'm surprised there's no funny, like there's not that many funny names.
It is a very small country.
Yeah, but fair enough.
There's
You know what they say about us Dutchies? We are very serious.
Hungry wolf.
We just get straight to the point. Fuck sugarcoating.
Measure coding things.
There's a couple more.
We just say what's on our mind.
Alright.
And I think that's it. Guys.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I just wanted to do two things before ending stream. So, you know, the funny cities was perfect! It was the perfect distraction. Now there's an M18 Hellcat on my garage for next time, for next Roomba to be repaired. But if no one has anything else they want to comment on or, you know, chat about or anything of note that, you know, might have popped in their news feed, meep, we are going to end it here for today. Just gonna do this, put up the end screen, see if Ryan is still streaming. Oh my god, he still is. He is 29 hours in. The Super Mario 602. Do you guys know what it is? Out of curiosity.
From what I was able to gather, it's like a competition to see who can clear the games the fastest in a set time frame.
It is. A race, yes, but it's a race to collect 120 stars in Mario Galaxy 1, uh, Mario 64, and Sunshine, and collect all 242 stars in Mario Galaxy 2. There are thus far
Hmm.
50. Hold on, wait. I'm checking because I have the Twitch. There are currently 53 people that have cleared it. Ryan is currently 56th out of like 160-ish people? Question mark? So yeah, a lot of people. There were a lot of people participating in this.
Oh, wait, hold on. But before we end, there's one more thing to quickly mention.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, the gay furry hackers appears in a news headline.
Say it with me, Chad. To the surprise of absolutely nobody.
Yeah, because apparently, the one of the groups of gay furry hackers, that's a direct quote, apparently managed to hack into a hyper-conservative political organization in the U.S.'s servers and leak a whole bunch of stuff, basically exposing them for, being giant pieces of shit.
Yep. Gay furry hackers, ladies and gentlemen, the strongest creature in all of Earth. Alright. So I assume that is it all then, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think this is the first time I've saved the game not at 1 in the morning or 12 in the morning. This is inconceivable. This is beyond whack. But this is gonna be all for this week. I'm going to head off Vive, I guess, with the universe. But this is gonna be all for today. Beginning tomorrow, Monday, there's gonna be a new game that we're gonna be streaming alongside doing the extra quest in Solitaire Robo. We're going. Actually, no, we finished Solitaire Robo. We finished Solitaire Robo, and I realized. Then we have a new game for Mondays. I am going to be streaming Mario Kart DS because last night I was talking with the #1 spot in the Mario Kart DS running, like the fastest guy, and I told him I want to practice runs for 32 tracks, and I want to record them, so I can send them to people, so I can send them to the community and such, and see what I can improve on. And I asked him, can I do it on emulator? And he's like, yes, you can do it on emulator, but you can only do 32 track runs on emulator, not time trials. And I'm like, I bet. And yeah, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start doing all 50, 100, 150, and everything like that to unlock the courses, the characters, the carts, the ability to use other cards on other characters, etc., etc., etc. So boy, am I excited for that. But apart from that, next week is gonna be probably the usual. Fire D Crew 2 on Tuesday, Moemon on Wednesdays, a lot of Valorant throughout the week, because again, I'm trying to get better at the game, so I'm not a burden to my partners, even though they scream at me that I need to stop and seek mental health, which is something that you really shouldn't be saying to people. That really turns the person away from the game, like forever. Makes no sense to me. But regardless, we're going to raid Charmander SR, aka Ryan. He needs all the mental help that he can. He's been up for 30 hours, nearly 30 hours. Man is built different. If I have done a 27-hour stream, this man is going through a 30-hour stream. Yeah. I feel bad for him. I hope he takes a lot of rest after this set of streams. By the way, just a little news into the GG4 40 endurance race 2-in-1. We're currently 63% off. We are 63% into it, and we have 17 days left. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit it. And by pretty
Let's
sure,
get
I
ready.
mean that I'm going to, get
ready.
Get ready to stream for 48 hours straight. My favorite. Yeah, at least it's a better computer, so I wouldn't have to worry about much. But anyway, next week is gonna be the same. I'll probably be grinding levels in Final Fantasy IV before Friday because I am severely under leveled and I don't feel like leveling up on stream. Because that takes a lot of time, and that takes people off, because grinding is boring.
And it's boring to watch.
Exactly. So unless there's, like, people on chat, like, there would be people on PC or something, it would just be me and my own thoughts. But anyway, bye-bye. And we're off, because the stream went off. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Right.
Did the other two leave? Or are they still here? I'm curious. I'm confused.